Welcome in to the Bengals Breakdown by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Coming up on today's show, the Bengals have a signing. We'll tell you about it in just a moment. Also, an update on some potential free agent targets for the Bengals as well as they had some visits. We'll tell you who those were in just a bit. Let's start with the signing. The Bengals have agreed to terms with corner Sidney Jones on a one-year deal. That's according to Jordan Schultz of The Score, and that fills a need at the corner position. We've talked about it on this channel in the past that the Bengals need help where they can get it when it comes to this secondary. Here's the report this afternoon, from Jordan Schultz. Free agent corner Sidney Jones is signing a one-year deal with the Bengals. Sources tell The Score. Former Eagles second-round pick is only 26 years old and now finds a new home in Cincinnati secondary. We'll tell you more about Sidney Jones. Already called him Cincy Jones. Maybe that'll be his nickname. We'll tell you more about it in just a second. Before we do, folks, you got to subscribe to the Bengals Breakdown. If you haven't already, you are missing out. We are growing rapidly, pretty quick here on the channel as we're bringing you daily coverage of your Cincinnati Bengals. Look, it's an exciting time here with this Bengals team and the direction that they're headed. So we want to give this team the best coverage we can, but in order to do so, we have to have more of you subscribe and be able to dedicate more resources to talking about your Cincinnati Bengals. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to subscribe to the channel and also turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. If something happens, news breaks, whatever it may be, you're going to be the first to know when we cover it here on the Breakdown. Subscribe now, youtube.com/BengalsTV. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Now, I'll say this. When it comes to Sidney Jones, I would not get too excited, too overly enthused about this signing. I understand that there was a need at the corner position for this Bengals team, but let's be honest with ourselves here. If you go back to last season, Sidney Jones got beat out by not one, but two rookies for playing time in Seattle. Now, one of them was Tariq Woolen, who ended up being a Pro Bowler and tied for the league lead in interceptions with 6. But you had Kobe Bryant, a fourth-rounder that beat him out. Also, Mike Jackson as well. So, Sidney Jones, if he's going to get playing time in Seattle, how much playing time is he going to get in Cincy? I don't know. He's been kind of a journeyman already at 26 years old, having played for the Jags, Seattle, and also the Raiders. Did win a Super Bowl, though, when he was in Philly, back when he was a second-round pick in 2017. So we'll see what he does there. But I'll say this much. I would be cautiously optimistic when it comes to Sidney Jones on that front. One more note before we wrap up today's show. Got an update from ESPN's Phil Yates that the Bengals hosted defensive lineman Terrell Basham and defensive tackle Kentavious Street on free agent visits. We'll see if that leads to a signing, if the Bengals will ultimately end up with both those guys. If they do, we'll talk about it here on the channel. But before we go, name a player the Bengals should sign. Now they bring in Sidney Jones. Who else could they potentially bring in? Whether it's the two guys that are set to visit or some others. Who comes to mind you'd like to see in a Bengals uniform in 2023? Tell me in the comments section. Who do you like the team to sign? We'll see you next time right here on the Bengals Breakdown.